When was the last time you stopped to question whether the success you're chasing is actually yours? Today we're going to explore the one question that could completely transform your path. And you might be surprised to discover that you've never answered it properly before. I'm your host, Daniel James, and as always, if you're new here, welcome. Today, the one question that I want you to ask yourself is, what does success mean to you? Now, that may seem like a very simple question on the surface, but you'd be surprised how many times I ask this, whether I'm in a school working with disengaged students, whether I'm working with big corporate CEOs, executives, and managers, or simply asking that to a one-to-one client, and they can't give me an answer. Because although it's very deceptively simple, it's also very, very personal. But we don't make it personal because we normally answer it with things that are very, very generic. So, what does success mean to you? And people say money, achievements, having a big house, holiday, anything but specific. And then I take a step back and I'm like, okay, so you don't actually know what success means to you. So if you don't know what success means to you, how are we supposed to know that you're going in the right direction? And that then is the problem, because we can't define it. Today I want to cover the 3 reasons why this question is so powerful. And the first reason is that it forces authentic self-reflection. Because when you start to look deeply at what success means to you, not your parents, not your partner, not what social media is telling you success is, not all the social pressures that were put on you growing up saying that you need to be this, you need to be that. I'm talking about when you actually look at what it means to you, it can lead to a really surprising insight. Because the biggest problem we struggle with is that we don't really understand ourselves that much. We never allow ourselves to express sometimes what we really mean. We spend so much time living in a world that our parents have created for us and that expectation. I understand there can be a lot of cultural stuff here as well. I get that. I'm not saying this stuff's easy. When you actually start to take that time to ask yourself, what does it mean to you? You might come up with things such as creative expression. That, for me, is success. If I can actually express this creativity that I've got. Or maybe freedom. Having financial freedom is success to you, okay. Or it could be freedom to go and travel wherever you want to, not even necessarily from a monetary point of view. It could be building relationships, having a very successful network of people around you that you can call on when needed. That's success to you. Maybe you're a connector. Someone's got a problem, I know a guy. That's success to you. Or how about just actually contributing? Contributing could be the main thing. You want to give back. But you're never going to know if you don't ask yourself, what does success actually mean to you? Because you could be living a life that's really not fulfilled. And people go on all the time about purpose. And again, I get that, cool. But I'm not bothered about that. For me, to align it with a purpose, you first need to know, well, what does success mean to me? Because from there, it gives you a bit of a focus. So that's number 1. The second reason why this question is so powerful is it provides clarity of action. Because once you can define success and what it means to you, you can then create a path because it will become more clear for you. Because right now, which imagine you're a boat and you're kind of bobbing along and you'll be like, I don't know where I need to go, I'm not quite sure. Okay. But as soon as you know, that right there is where I want to end up. That's the destination. Cool. You can then plot a course. It doesn't mean that things are going to go smoothly. It doesn't mean it's going to be a straight line. But just the very fact you've defined, that's where I want to end up, it creates a clearer path for you because your daily choices will become more aligned. Is this action or decision I'm taking moving me closer or further away from the successful life that I want to lead? Because it will save you so much time and energy. Because imagine right now, maybe you've gone to university to do a degree that you never really wanted to do, which has then led you to a job that had nothing to do with your degree. So now you've got debt, you're now in a job that you didn't want to do, and it's all because that was the path that was kind of forced on you. I'm not saying you've got to make crazy life choices. That's not what I'm saying at all. You can stay in the job you're in now. And I've had people that wanted to quit their job, but they just couldn't define what success meant to them. So they were in a job, but they didn't really know why they were doing it. But as soon as they realized that they wanted the freedom, okay. So the job you're in now gives you the salary that allows you freedom. Or it allows you to contribute on the weekend and give something back to the community. Gives you a sense of purpose. Whatever it means to you, you have to define it, because if you don't know it, it can't create that action for you, the action plan for you, sorry. And the third reason why this question is so powerful is that the question evolves with you. When you answer this question, I'm not sure how you are now, how old you are now watching this, listening to this, but let's say you're 35 like myself. Okay, the way you answer this at 35 is going to be very different to how you answer it at 45, to 55, to 65. Because maybe you want to have kids, a family, or maybe you've got kids and got a family. Okay, well, then success is going to be very different to you. Because success in the first part is, I want to build a happy relationship with someone I can spend the rest of my life with. Okay. Then it can move on to success is having that safe space and that safe connection. Okay. Then it moves on to, now you've got kids. Okay. Now you want to be a good role model. You want to be a good parent. Okay, it could be with your job. Whatever it is. But the beauty of this question is that it's constantly evolving with you if you take the time to ask yourself that question. What does success mean to me now? Because your values are going to change. The values are going to change and your priorities are going to change. So you need to have that kind of framework to go back and again, have that dedicated time where you're asking yourself, what does success mean to me now? What does it look like now? Because if you can't define it, it's not going to help you. But this question, it serves a purpose because it acts as a compass. Because without this clear personalized definition, how can you know that you're moving in the right direction? How can you possibly know? I just want to finish off with this because I understand that asking yourself this question can be quite deep. I get that. So if you don't know how to answer this question, what does success mean to you? What does it look like to you? Imagine that you're 80 years old and again, whether or not you want a family is irrelevant, but let's assume you want a family. You've got your family and your close friends around you. What would you want someone to say about you? Because that could be then your measure of success and what success means to you. It's a guarantee that you wouldn't care if they said, oh, I really love the fact he's got a big house. I love the fact they've got loads of cars. I love the fact this or that. Guarantee it won't be that. Because success to you could be, do you know what, actually he's always there for me. You want to be someone that can be reliable. That you've connected people, that you've been there, you've been a good parent. What does success mean to you? Don't allow yourself off the hook by just saying, oh, to be rich, to have a good job. No. Be specific. It's going to be uncomfortable, but I promise you it's so worth it. And as always, if you've taken any value from today's episode, don't forget to like and share it with a friend. Until next time, take it easy.